H-4 Visa Documents Checklist 2026. Complete list for spouse and children of H-1B holders. If your husband or wife is working in the United States on an H-1B visa and you are planning to join them with your children, what documents should you prepare for your H-4 visa application? In this video, we will go through the complete H-4 visa document checklist for spouses and children. Who can apply for H-4? H-4 dependent status is generally available to eligible dependents of H-1B visa holders. Eligible dependents include spouse, unmarried children under 21 years of age. Parents, brothers, sisters, and other relatives cannot obtain H-4 status simply because their family member holds an H-1B visa. Now let's look at the documents. 1. Passport. Every H-4 applicant needs their own valid passport. Children also need their own passports. If you have previous passports containing U.S. visas or relevant travel history, keep them available. 2. DS-160 confirmation page. Every H-4 applicant must complete a separate DS-160 online non-immigrant visa application. For example, if a spouse and 2 children are applying, 3 separate DS-160 applications are required. After submitting the DS-160, save and print the confirmation page containing the barcode. Make sure all information entered in the DS-160 is accurate. 3. Visa appointment confirmation. Keep a printed copy of your visa appointment confirmation according to the instructions provided by the U.S. Embassy or Consulate. Check the applicant's name, appointment location, date, and time carefully. 4. Visa photograph. Prepare a recent photograph that meets U.S. visa photo requirements if required. Do not assume that a normal Indian passport size photograph automatically meets U.S. visa specifications. 5. H-1B holder's passport copy. Carry a clear copy of the principal H-1B holder's passport. Keep copies of the biographical page and relevant U.S. visa or immigration pages. 6. H-1B visa copy. If your spouse has already received an H-1B visa, keep a copy of the visa page available. 7. H-1B approval documents. Keep copies of the relevant H-1B petition approval documents. This commonly includes Form I-797 approval notice where applicable. 8. H-1B holders I-94. If your spouse is already in the United States, keep a copy of their current Form I-94 admission record where applicable. 9. Marriage certificate. For an H-4 spouse, the marriage certificate is one of the most important relationship documents. Carry the original or appropriate official marriage certificate in copies according to the instructions for your visa appointment. Make sure the names, dates, and other important information are consistent with your application. 10. Wedding and relationship evidence. Additional evidence of a genuine marital relationship may be useful. You can carry documents such as wedding photographs, engagement photographs, wedding invitation, other appropriate evidence of your relationship. The visa officer may not ask for these documents, but having relevant evidence available can be useful. 11. Children's birth certificates. For each child applying for an H-4 visa, carry the child's official birth certificate showing the parent-child relationship. The information should correspond with the parents' and child's passports and application details. 12. H-1B employment documents. If the H-1B holder is already working in the United States, supporting employment documents may be useful. These may include employment verification letter, recent pay statements, relevant H-1B employment documentation. Not every supporting document is necessarily required in every case. 13. Recent pay slips. If the H-1B spouse is currently working in the United States, copies of recent pay slips can help demonstrate current employment if requested. Always carry genuine documents. 14. U.S. residential information. Know where your spouse currently lives in the United States. You should know the current address, city, state. If the visa officer asks where you will live in America, you should be able to answer accurately. 15 Previous U.S. visa documents. If you previously held a U.S. visa, keep your previous passport and visa information available where relevant. Make sure the information about your previous U.S. travel matches the information provided in your DS-160. H-4 Children Document Checklist. For a child applying for an H-4 visa, prepare the applicable documents. Child's passport. Separate DS-160 confirmation page. Visa appointment confirmation. Visa photograph where required. Birth certificate. Copies of parents' passports. H-1B parents' relevant visa and petition documents. Parents' marriage certificate where relevant. Remember that each child is a separate visa applicant. H-4 spouse document checklist. For an H-4 spouse, prepare passport. DS-160 confirmation page. Visa appointment confirmation. Visa photograph where required. Marriage certificate. H-1B spouse's passport copy. H-1B visa copy if applicable. H-1B approval documents where applicable. Current I-94 if the spouse is already in the United States. Relevant employment documents. Recent pay slips where relevant. Additional relationship evidence if useful. H-4 visa fee. The current U.S. visa application fee for petition-based H visa categories is $205 per applicant. The fee is charged per applicant. For example, if a spouse and 2 children are applying for H-4 visas, there are 3 applicants. Additional visa issuance or reciprocity fees may apply depending on nationality. Always check the latest official U.S. government fee information before making payment. Important 2026 interview information. Applicants should not rely on old videos saying that children or older applicants automatically do not need an interview. Under current U.S. Department of State policy, most non-immigrant visa applicants generally require an in-person interview, subject to limited exceptions. A consular officer can also require an interview when appropriate. Always follow the instructions provided for your individual application. Important 2026 screening information. The U.S. Department of State has announced expanded screening and vetting for H-1B and dependent H-4 visa applicants. Therefore, make sure the information in your DS-160 and supporting documents is accurate and consistent. Never submit fake employment documents, fake marriage documents, fake photographs, or false information. Applying from India or another country. The basic H-4 eligibility rules come from U.S. immigration law. However, appointment procedures and document instructions can vary depending on the U.S. Embassy or consulate handling your application. Always check the latest instructions for the location where you are applying. How to organize your documents. Use separate folders. Folder 1. Passport, DS-160 and appointment documents. Folder 2. Marriage certificate or children's birth certificates and other relationship documents. Folder 3. H-1B holders' passport, visa, and H-1B approval or status documents. Folder 4. Employment and financial supporting documents. Folder 5. Additional relationship and previous immigration documents. This makes it easier to find a document quickly if the visa officer asks for it. 5 common document mistakes. Number 1. Information on the DS-160 does not match the supporting documents. Number 2. The applicant does not know basic information about the H-1B spouse's employer, job, or U.S. location. Number 3. Missing or inconsistent marriage or relationship documentation. Number 4. Depending on an old online document checklist without checking the latest official instructions. Number 5. Providing false information or fraudulent documents. Final checklist. Before going to your visa appointment, check again. Passport check. DS-160 confirmation check. Appointment confirmation check. Required photograph check. Marriage certificate or child's birth certificate check. H-1B holders passport and visa information check. H-1B approval or status documents check. Employment supporting documents check. Additional relationship evidence check. Keep your documents organized and answer all questions truthfully. U.S. visa requirements and procedures can change, so always check the latest information from the U.S. Department of State and the U.S. Embassy or Consulate where you are applying. Subscribe to Canestar Speaks for H-1B, H-4, B1/B2 and other U.S. visa updates, document checklists, and visa interview preparation. This video is for general educational information and is not individual immigration legal advice.